Today we're going to revisit the first big adventure I took when I started this channel. We're going to Italy. Trust me, you do not want to miss the performance by an Italian street busker in Rome, but you also want to check out patreon.com/EWJ. This week I'm doing a new 4K desktop from Italy for all of my patrons, and today I'm also putting a free one up there so all of you can check it out. Now go grab that bottle of Italian vino and sit back, relax, and enjoy Italy. Hey everybody, so last night we went to downtown Naples, myself and the rest of our team that's out here, and enjoyed an amazing sunset. I got a couple of pictures. But you know, when you're with a group of people, you don't break out the entire camera set. So tonight, we're heading back down to Naples, and we're going to be photographing one of the landmarks in downtown Naples. So I'll let you see what that looks like in a minute. But right now, I'm just grabbing a quick little bite to eat before I head downtown. And we may have to try a few things to eat while we're down there as well. So see y'all in a bit. Downtown Naples now. So the golden hour has actually started. Took a little longer to get down here than I thought, but we're going to head on up to our spot and see what we can get. Amusement park here in the little corner of Naples. Somehow I don't think Disney really authorized such close usage of their characters, but hey, it's Naples, you go with it. Alright, so we're coming up with some street vendors. Something to remember: if they can't give a receipt, don't buy. The finanziale will come by and arrest you. So again, be careful when you're out here on the streets of Italy, and stay away from the street vendors. Even though their deals may look appetizing, trust me, you don't want to deal with it. So we just got to where I'm planning on being tonight. We got a little bonus. Looks like they have a classic car show going on out here tonight, so this could get interesting. Okay, so a little change of plans tonight. Since I can't get near the church because of that movie being filmed, we're going to head down to a seaside fortress and see if we can get anything left of the evening light. a nice windy night out here by that seaside fortress. I think it's about 1,200 years old. And I'm going to try and set between these two buildings to see if I can protect the camera from the wind and get some shots during the blue hour down this lighted pathway. So it's a little windy tonight, so I'm hiding behind this barricade trying to get some shots across the bay. But my exposure's up to 30 seconds, so this is a little difficult. One of the really difficult parts about filming here in Italy is that everywhere you go there's something beautiful to take a picture of. But time's running out, I gotta get back. So we're gonna start making our way back to the church and see if that movie is done filming. Look at the church, the film crew's still here, and they got all the neat lights turned off, so I guess I'll have to come back some other day. Well, the detour they're sending us through is actually the palace. So I haven't toured here yet, but I'm going to try one of these days. Gotta admit, this thing is actually pretty cool. So I'm going to end my exploring here in Naples for tonight because it's getting, it's about 7:30 and it's time for me to get off the streets of Naples. So I'm going to head on back to the bus. Hey everybody, the work week is over. It's time to go exploring. We're going to Rome. anticipating being in this spot for an entire 2 or 3 months. The clouds completely shut down sunset tonight. So we're going to call it quits here, head over to the Vatican, see if we can find something more interesting. So we're in a pastry shop to try and get something to eat right now and use the restroom, and this is what's outside of it. This is what we've been trying to capture. Greetings from Rome. Hey guys, we're trying to shoot nighttime here at Vatican City, so definitely a tripod moment. But one of the big challenges is we got all these people in the background, so there's going to be a lot of ghosts, but I think it's going to work out. Hey, good morning everybody. So I'm walking up to the Roman Forum right now. Getting here a little later than I wanted to because my taxi driver took a little while to get to my flat. So let's see how good the blue light is today. Well, I got here just a few minutes later than I wanted to, thanks to my taxi cab driver dropping me down the hill instead of up the hill. There's still one more photographer here when I got here, but looks like we are not going to get a great sunrise this morning, but you never know. We'll see if we can get all these pictures. Well, not exactly the beautiful morning I was hoping for here in Rome, so I'm going to head on back to the Airbnb and see if anybody else who's here with me finally got out of bed or not. I think a few of them might have had a little rough night with all the vino.
It's like the one.
Tiger people is bad, but the wine is good.
And then I think Griffin's closed, isn't it?
I don't know.
Well, the Vatican was a bit of a bust this morning because it was 2-hour lines to get tickets to go in and see the Sistine Chapel. So kind of had to skip that one this morning, and you can see the light still hasn't improved much out here. So I'm just making my way over to the Pantheon to see what it looks like on the inside of that building. I took a little weaving through the streets, but finally found the Pantheon. Not a place where you drop a tripod, so shooting in here is going to be a little difficult, but I gotta try it. Well, that was a really cool building. Everybody, much to my surprise, I just stumbled on Venice, arguably the best gelato in the world.
I am not kidding you, that looks like a wall of flowing chocolate behind me.
Oh, freaking yeah. Seriously, this is only the second time I've ever found a Venice. The other one was in Venice. You have got to try this place. It is amazing. Just bring a good appetite. Okay, here's something that's really cool behind me. I mean, not only is it a 300-year-old church, but pay attention when you go in these places, because I almost left and I saw a little sign down by the altar leading down into the crypt. So there was a saint or somebody buried down there. But anyhow, just keep an eye open when you go to these places. You'll never know what you'll discover. Wow, what was really about that? I just had that entire basilica all to myself for a couple of minutes. Complete silence. It was amazing. Okay, so it took a full day walking, but I finally got to the Coliseum for the first time in 8 years. It is beautiful. The skies really opened up. Now, if you come out here, just be careful. I actually had a person, there's people here trying to make a living, and I understand that, but they actually offered me a selfie stick to hold this thing. So they'll try anything to get $1 out of you. So be careful if you come out here and watch your stuff. I'm going to be putting the locks on my backpack right now because I have a few people checking it out. And, you want to stay safe out here, so might as well just prevent them from trying to reach in. Well, barely made it in the Coliseum before they closed today, but I just have to get a little shout out here on this iPhone battery that I've been charging my cell phone with all day. My cell phone battery's not doing that good, and that's what I'm recording this video with. This thing has already recharged it twice, and it still has juice to spare, so I'm going to put a link to this on the bottom of the video in the comments area in case you guys want to pick one of these things up, but it has been saving my rear end all day. I hate to say it, but I gotta leave the Coliseum to make it back to the place over the Tiber River where I want to film sunset tonight, and I have not a lot of time to get there. So, time to rush. Okay, so we're racing back in Uber so I can make sunset tonight. So sunset caught me at the Coliseum a little faster than I thought. Well, you can tell by the light the sun has come out. It is right where it's supposed to be for sunset tonight. We may have a few clouds, we'll see, but this is definitely much better than last night. So we're going to stick around here for the next hour or so and see what happens. Well, photography's not going very well while I'm here in Naples. The weather is just not cooperating, and of course I'm here on a mission, so I kind of have to stick to that schedule. So anyhow, it's Thursday. It's actually lunch. We have a long break today, so I'm starting my packing now. So hopefully tomorrow, which will be my last full day here, I'll be able to head out and get some photography done. But I tell you what, it is absolutely cold here now. I'm looking at the top of Mount Vesuvius, and it's covered in snow. And this all happened about a day ago. So we just canceled our team picnic because it is that cold and no one wants to stand outside and barbecue right now. So anyhow, I'm going to get my packing done, and hopefully we'll be able to get some photography in tomorrow. Okay, here's an unexpected surprise. We are going to go hike up Mount Vesuvius. Fortunately, because of the snow, the top of Mount Vesuvius is closed, so we're actually at the Herculaneum today. Luckily, it was at the same train stop. The Herculaneum was actually buried at the same time that Pompeii was by Mount Vesuvius. The weather looked really great when we got there, but again, like with everything on this trip, as soon as you get to some place, the light goes bad. Very dark area here, so not a lot of photography happening, but we're still going to look around. One of the more interesting features of the Herculaneum were the skeletal remains of the residents who sought refuge in the lower catacombs. Found dead people. But due to YouTube sensitivities, we can't quite show that to you here. communal bath. Disappointing things here is the few intact frescoes that are here at the Herculaneum. One thing that's disappointing about them is the amount of graffiti and etchings people have made on them. Beautiful place, just wish that I had more time to visit. Seeing that these are very, very ancient ruins, really don't want to drop my tripod on the ground here. I think that might be a little disrespectful. So some of these images might not be as sharp as what I like, but it's very beautiful here. I mean, yes, it's in ruins, but it's a pretty neat place. Constantly keeping an eye out for something that I can actually sell. I'm actually looking at these columns. They seem to be the most well-preserved columns here, so I think I'm going to try and see if I can do something with them. Even though we were all looking forward to heading up Mount Vesuvius, we still enjoyed the Herculaneum. Most of the images I took today are just going to be background images that I'm going to upload to stock photography. But the entire team had one more adventure together. We had a great meal together, and now it's time to head back to the United States. Today, I'm going to take you on a photographic journey through one of my favorite places on earth, Venice, Italy. My first exposure to Venice was during Carnivale, otherwise known as the Carnival of Venice. This experience has stayed with me now for nearly a decade and further deepened my love of photography and how much I wanted to see the world. This was a cultural experience like no other. Where else could you go and see a string quartet dressed in Baroque costumes performing in a shoe store? This festival drew people from not only Italy, but as far away as America as well. I had never been to a place where so many people wanted to be photographed. The costumes of Carnival were just absolutely amazing. The attention to detail and the artistic expression captivated my lens. You could tell that everyone here was enjoying themselves and the atmosphere of the masquerade. I also fell in love with the ambience of Venice, from the maze of canals to the beautiful architecture. My photographer's soul was taken by the city of canals. Some of my Italian friends at work told me the idea behind Venice was to get lost and enjoy yourself. I was remarkably successful at both getting lost and enjoying myself. I knew that this would be a place that I needed to return to soon. Unfortunately, it took 5 more years to get back to Venice. This time around, I was traveling on my own dime. Using the money that I earned from selling my stock photography, I was enjoying a 2-week European vacation with my wife. So, being the cost-conscious traveler that I am, I decided to live like a local. So, I rented a small, 1-room apartment in the Doro delle Candelieri. This was a section of Venice that I had not had the opportunity to explore on my last visit, and it was also not too far from a grocery store. This trip was made about a year before I started vlogging, so please excuse the portrait orientation of some of these videos. Here's the quick arrival video of my apartment. Okay, arrival condition. Towels, excellent. Showed me the washer and dryer, so we're good. Since I did have a small kitchen, I picked up some groceries. Some food items are a little different than what I was accustomed to, and cooking was a challenge. Alright, so I'm trying to cook lunch here, and I keep blowing the fuse. So I have to turn everything in the house off, except, I think I blew another fuse. Except the stove and the toaster oven that keeps electrocuting me. To also help keep costs down, I would grab food from the walk-up food bars around town. Cheap dinner in Venice. Okay. And I also needed to take care of a few items. The most beautiful part of Venice. Laundry. While waiting on the laundry, I did find this, the Green Door of Venice. I saw it used in photographers' images from Camivale and just accidentally found it near the laundromat. I came to Venice with a few photographic goals in mind. I wanted to try and capture the essence of this one-of-a-kind city through the lens of my camera. Since I also wanted to capture images to sell as stock photography, I had to omit the one true element of Venice, its people. I don't like to photograph people without their consent, so my focus was on the architecture. The truth about the architecture in this 1,200-year-old city is that everything is different. Nothing is purchased from a big box store. Check out the unique doors and windows, for example. The thing about these ancient cities of Europe is that they age beautifully, something that we won't see in America. So I took this opportunity to also capture some background images to sell. Because this is a city of water, there are no streets. Bridges span the canals between most of the 120 islands that make up this beautiful place. Venice is a place to be explored. It's a maze of small alleys lined with galleries, cafes, and coffee shops. Around every corner is a glimpse into the medieval beauty of this lagoon city. One of the most famous sights of Venice is the gondola. In the years since my first visit, I noticed the gondoliers have started to work together, making their efforts more efficient and the standard ride a bit less romantic. This is what happens when Walmart does gondola rides. It's like it's a small world around here. Bumper to bumper. Nonetheless, I've opted to hold off on this classic Venetian experience until I can enjoy it with my wife. The art of making the gondola is now becoming very rare. The iconic gondola is all black on the outside, but may be decorated on the inside as the owner sees fit. These decorations sometimes include seahorses and elaborate furniture. These floating works of art have done well for me. This one earned me one of my highest commissions to date. As you explore Venice, be careful. Do you see those concrete steps just above the water? Well, that is not concrete. It is a layer of silt covering another layer of slippery algae that I discovered on accident. With this hobby, you sometimes get a little banged up. Yeah, I like times like this, just a little relaxing. As the day transitions into the evening, we make our way to one of the most famous bridges spanning the Grand Canal, the Rialto Bridge. The current bridge was completed in 1591. At over 400 years old, it still gives some of the best views of the activity on the Grand Canal. Venice takes on a whole new magic to it in the evenings. Except during Carnivale, I find that the streets of Venice empty early in the evening, allowing for a more quiet and relaxing time. Also, with the crowds mostly in their hotel rooms, other unique activities can take place.
Attenzione! Alright, I don't know what's going on, but it looks like there's a nighttime race. So next year, sweetheart, I think we're going to have to try this.
During a walk back to my apartment, I wandered upon a restaurant along one of the canals. It was one of those moments that just stops you in your tracks. This idyllic scene came out of nowhere. I spent 2 evenings photographing just this one spot. Ah, Venice, how I miss you so. There is simply no other place in the world like you. Here the soul of Italy captures the heart of all who wander your streets. For some reason, your quiet charm beckons those who have been fortunate enough to stroll through your quaint alleys and meander amongst your festive piazzas back to you. You never actually leave Venice. Once you have experienced this amazing place, part of your heart and soul will always be here. Thank you for joining me on this photographic journey through Venice, Italy. If you're still here, that means you're one of my super fans, and I want you to know I greatly appreciate you. If you're ready to take your support of this channel to the next level, then I invite you to check out my Patreon site. Patreon is a platform for creative people like me who do photography, videography, music, painting, what have you, for us to connect better with our supporters and for our supporters to continue to support us. And the way how it works is we have different levels of support tiers. It's a monthly support tier, and if you explore the site, you'll see each tier has a different level of benefit associated with it. And you can start supporting this channel further for, well, essentially the cost of 1 cup of Cafe Americano per month. So what will these funds be used for? Well, they're going to be used to help me maintain my YouTube channel. I'll be using the funds to purchase more equipment so I can take better photography, and also equipment to help support the videography part of the YouTube channel. And for those of you who are going to be on the expedition team, this will help me explore new locations, and you guys will get to see the behind the scenes content. I don't show you everything that happens on my YouTube channel. There's a lot of video footage I just don't use, and of course you guys will be able to see that content and also get some extra insider information on my activities. So please take a few minutes, check out Patreon. If it's right for you, then I welcome your further support, but if not, I can welcome your continued support as a subscriber on my channel. Thank you for watching, everybody, and remember, never stop exploring.